late on December 18th, we're going to have the moon here in the 12th, and it's going to oppose the sun in 11. So it's going to be 11.6. So we have a full moon here in this transit in the highest octave of it, in the sixth line that has the overview of all the other lines. I believe that is important. That's going to be the last full moon of the year. So that feels important. And we see that we have the 11 and the 12 together. I feel when we look at, we have the 22, we have had Neptune for a long time in the 22, and this week we have the 12 that is connecting, and this is the channel of openness. What comes to me is that this brings me back to the book, The Bringers of the Dawn, Barbara Marciniak. She wrote in 88 or 87. So this is like 40 years ago. And she brought in a Pleiadian message about that the way that we're going to be able to discern and have a compass forward in our lives is when we include the emotional center as part of the compass. And it's exactly, but with different words, what Ra and Richard are speaking about. So I mean, you're saying, is there an imperative, human design, gene keys? I feel like whatever transmission that I listen to and resonate with, it's almost always the same message, just in a different language with different words. So the way that we speak about it in human design and gene keys is, this is the primitive animalistic instinct awareness center. So it's just like getting out of danger because it smells, it sounds like all our senses are telling us what we need to avoid to survive, basically. And then we have the left brain, or our mind, our ajna, that is problem solving, and that can also help us to survive. And this is what humans have. And here is where we have the mutation right now in the solar plexus. So instead of having the solar plexus like pulling us in different directions of despair and dishonor and reaction, what we're doing is purifying the center so it can serve not as our only compass, but together with this physical intuition that we have in the spleen and this intelligence that we have in the ajna, together with this emotional inner knowing that we're going to more and more have a clarity in our emotional. That's when we are sovereign beings. That's when we can have clarity and discernment of what's good for us and what isn't. So I feel like there is something with this full moon in the 11 and the 12 that we're going to have in this channel being defined, that says, it's okay, you can trust your emotion. This is an individual channel as well. So it's you and you, it's like there is an inner knowing unique to you. You don't need to be outside focused in order to know the truth. Like I was saying in the beginning, this mystic union of the feminine, the masculine, of earth and heaven, of spirit and soul, it's in me. And it's inherently an individual process. So I believe with the 22 and the 12 that there is something ignited. There's also, because it is the channel of openness, and at the end of the day, what we have in the 1222 is that expressed in the world, and it touches other people deeply. So I hope as well, like I was speaking in the beginning of the tensions that there can be and things are going to be on the table, I also feel like there can be some of those unique, beautiful expressions that are going to make us feel truth, that I feel can come here around the full moon. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is that we have Mars together with the South Node. And right now, as we are speaking, we have the moon with the North Node. So again, this seeking of truth and some old beliefs, maybe. Mars is here on the South Node, and it feels like he's kind of battling and seeing, what are the old beliefs that don't serve anymore? Where have we been forcing and making war where it doesn't serve to make war anymore? And kind of tuning in here to more the moon and the kind of receptive, and the North Node that says your truth is in the moment. We know that the 20 is all about the awareness in the now. When your truth is in the awareness in the now, in what you really feel and see there, that's what the 20 is about. And it's kind of, we call it a tranquil, because it can be, it has such an inner centeredness, that even when there are some battles and some structures and some things that are falling apart, it still has that sense at every moment of of what truth is, what presence is. So that feels as well like that is the tension that's going on right now, that I feel possibly is going to influence our transmission, because I don't know, like I don't think there are many times that we have done the transmission exactly when we have something powerful with the nodes and then the moon and Mars, you know, those closer planets that are impacting us all the time. This feels like it was meant to be, you know, that we're here right now, and then we get to have the transmission before the full moon in a few days.